It's back to the hour here, June 6, 2006. Oh, 62666. That's all sixes. That's how it is. Tonight we're doing our entire show on evil. Some of it you cannot take too seriously. For real, you can't. Other stuff is dark and horrific. So listen, if you've got children, I am warning you. This next segment is not for them. Send them to bed, change the channel, put on a Barney DVD, do whatever you got to do. I'll give you a second. Ray, Brett had some like orientation today for your kid. How was that? Junior kindergarten. That's good. Get the kid out of the room, seriously. So he was all right? He was playing around?
He's okay. He was testing me.
Nice. I was talking to Ray about his kid. Well, get your kids out of the room. We're good? Beautiful. There's Ray right there. All right. Ready? Huh? Evil in the truest sense of the word. This guy right here, Richard Ramirez. Remember that face? Well, you would if you remember the 80s, man. That guy's a Night Stalker. Ramirez is a convicted serial killer. That face terrorized Los Angeles in the summer of '85 with a series of abductions, rapes, and murders. In 1989, he was convicted of 13 counts of murder, 5 counts of attempted murder, 11 sexual assaults, 14 robberies. That guy with the pentagram on the hand is still awaiting execution. Now, if that's not bad enough, Ramirez left satanic symbols at the scene. He did. At times, he even carved them into the bodies. And guess who he blamed for it? Satan. That guy Ramirez claimed that the devil made him do it. Here's what he said in court before he was sentenced.
I am beyond your experience. I am beyond good and evil. Legions of the night breed. Repeat not the errors of Nightcrawler and show no mercy. I will be avenged. Lucifer dwells within us all. That's it.
The guy's committed, man. Ramirez is an extreme example, but his case isn't the only one that's been linked to Satan, so why do people do it? Are they just sick and twisted? Or is it like the people suggest, some people, that satanic teachings actually bring out evil in individuals? Let's ask a woman who works with police to investigate satanic crime and ritual abuse. Dawn Perlmutter is her name. Just written a book here called Investigating Religious Terrorism and Ritualistic Crimes. Dr. Perlmutter, you know on a day that's 666, there's a lot of people getting all freaked out, worried about evil. Are you expecting to get calls and to be busy today, any more than usual?
Oh yes, I'm expecting quite a lot of calls, either today or probably tomorrow when things are discovered.
Well, and you know, when people talk about 666, they talk about Satanism. We should be clear right off the top. You know, oftentimes the media will take a scene and will declare it, if it's ritualistic, they'll just automatically declare it as a Satanist thing. Ritualistic killings and Satanism, they're not always the same thing. No,
not at all. There's quite a number of different religious groups that practice ritualistic crimes. Satanism is just one manifestation of them.
In the Church of Satan in the United States, these are not the people you are talking about. It's not this is not a group when you talk about satanic killing.
No, there's a lot of people think that there's just one form of Satanism, when really there's quite a number of different types of Satanism, just like there's a number of different types of Christianity. The Church of Satan is, would be considered religious Satanists. They're nonviolent. They practice a form of ethical egoism, and they're not responsible for the crimes.
Now, when you go to a crime scene and you start to see things around, what do you have to see before you declare that this is a satanic crime, if it is in fact the case?
Well, I look for particular symbols that are indicative of Satanism, types of mutilations, different forensics. Typically, pentagrams are indicative of Satanism, or upside-down crosses, anything that would be a desecration of Catholicism, because Satanism is really a response to Christianity.
What are some of the more astounding cases that you've been a part of?
Probably the most recent case was the case that was just tried 3 weeks ago in Toledo, Ohio, where Father Gerald Robinson had ritually murdered Sister Margaret Ann Paul in the sacristy of a chapel. It was actually a cold case. For 25 years it went unsolved, and was reopened, and after a lot of hard work for 2 years, it came to trial, and he was prosecuted.
You know, I mean, that would sound like a Christian killing. Why would that be called a satanic killing? It's just the crime scene?
Well, that was a classic textbook satanic killing. The kinds of things you look for are where it's held, the sacristy of a church, the date was Holy Saturday, the types of mutilations. A cross had been carved into her body. She had been stabbed many times on the left side of her body, which represents the left-hand path. Her body was posed. There was an altar cloth used. There were symbols on the murder weapon, which was a ritual knife that was in his possession, actually satanic symbols. So it was textbook. And the fact that she was a nun, victimology plays into it also.
Murders happen for so many reasons, but you do hear them happen for money, happening for revenge, happening because of mental illness or other reasons. What are Satanists, the ones who do the killing, what are they trying to get from their victims? Is there something that's sort of a standard?
I don't think it's about the victim as much as it's about the ritual itself. They're trying to do what anybody does in a religious ritual. They're trying to sort of acquire a certain intervention or power or any kind of transformation, communion. I mean, it's not about the victim as much as it's about the ritual itself and the process. The type of victim, the fact that she was so innocent, she would have been a perfect person for a sacrifice.
Well, Dr. Perlmutter, for the sake of everybody living in your community, I hope you're not busy at all today. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
You know, is that some people do the most unspeakable things. Without a doubt they do. And it's that part of evil, like the witches in Macbeth, that you can't explain. When we return, we're going to hook up with some guys who at least have fun with evil. I'm talking about Slayer. It is the National Day of Slayer. But first, another evil fact.